Well, it's great to be back in Sydney. We love being in Australia, and it's always kind of surrealistic to me because I have moments where I work. You know, I'm in show business, so when I'm here, I do a lot of, I go to radio stations and TV stations, and I do that, and you're dressed up, and you're, you know, made up, and you're running around in the lights, and there's crowds. And then there's other moments where they go, Chris, you have 3 hours off, and I go running through the park, and I'm watching the bats up above me, and I'm looking around and going, does anybody see this? You know, it's really a beautiful place, and the people have been great. So for us, it's always kind of like a little trip through Disneyland for us. Well, if you have to ask, if I had to ask myself what makes a good cover version of one of my songs, I'm just happy that anybody's doing a version of one of my songs. Every time somebody's done a version, whether it was a punk band doing a version of Wicked Game, or if somebody was, you know, wants to cut it up and put it in their song in some different way, Baby Did a Bad Bad Thing or something, Blue Hotel. I've heard all kinds of crazy versions, and none of them that I didn't like. It's just fun to hear what other people do with it. I write most of my songs at home. Sometimes I'm out on the road a lot, so I have written songs, you know, in hotel rooms and stuff. You write them in strange places. I mean, I wrote Dancin', and it was not on a guitar or a piano, but it was on wet legs. I was in a shower, and I was, you know, you're singing in the shower like everybody does, and I was going, I keep on dancing, nothing left to say, nothing left to do. And I kept working on it until the hot water ran out. If I have to think about which U.S. artists have the most impact on me, I guess Coldplay and the Beatles. Now I would have to say probably I'd go for Roy Orbison and Elvis. I listened to a lot of those guys growing up. They're pretty good. Pretty good. All the advice that I got that was good for being a performer was just encouragement. I just think when people are starting off, encouragement's pretty much all they need, because nobody can tell you how to do your act because it's so different. But you're nervous and you're scared and you don't know if you're going to make it. And it's, you know, Roy Orbison, I was on an opening bill with him on a show, and I said, well, I was playing a song I wrote for him, and I said, I don't know if I really write hits or not. And he looked at me and he said, oh yeah, you write hits, you just don't know it yet. Now, I don't know if that was true, but I go, it was really sweet of him to say. So, the best advice they gave me was to keep going by encouraging me. When we come back, we're coming back in March, right, Ken?
Yeah.
Now, when we come back in March, I'm going to have a full, you know, big band. We got all the, you know, rock and roll band with Kenny. Have a full drum kit. Right now, he's got a comb. And
you promised me better when we come back.
Yeah, you're going to get 2 combs when we come back.
Sweet.
If you leave me, I go crazy. If you leave me, I go crazy. 'Cause I love you, I love you, oh, I love you too much.
Let's put that in.
What kind of tune?
You got to live for yourself and nobody else. You got to live for yourself and nobody else. If you leave me...
Well, that's enough. That's enough. Really, save it for the tour, okay, Kenny? It'll be like this, only it'll be much more professional. Really.
'Cause I love you, I love you.